Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy EFL Show. Game week 3, a double game week for the League One and League Two sides. Not the Championship. The Championship did come back with a bang in game week 2, but they're given a respite from a double game week for game week 3. So naturally, our team selection is going to rely heavily on them lower league picks. So let's get straight into our picks then. And with our goalkeeper, we are going to take a look at Luton Town. Now, Luton Town started really well in the League One, should I say, this season. And Keeley, for me, is a player that I would have really liked my club to take a look at. That's for sure. Someone who started really well. He's picked up 14 points total, 7 points last week in the win against Peterborough in game week 2, 7 points in the win in AFC Wimbledon. And these are primarily picked up from clean sheets. Doesn't really have to do anything drastic to pick these points up. But 2 appearances, 2 clean sheets, no goals conceded, facing a Bradford City side. It's a favourable matchup for Luton. And then again, Wigan Athletic. Get Keeley in your side as your goalkeeper this week. We're going to stick with Luton now. We're going with a 2-3-1. We started off the season going with a 3-2-1, but I think with the shots on target points this year, the 2-3-1, the midfielder points are going to be a lot more beneficial. So we're going to stick with the 2-3-1, and we're going back into Luton Town, and we're going to look at Mads Anderson as our pick this week. 23 points. Really good return for him so far. Picked up 14 points in the win against Peterborough. Got himself a goal, 1 clean sheet, 2 tackles. Played the full 90. Played the full 90 as well against AFC Wimbledon. 9 clearances, picking up that +2 and got his clean sheet there. Really good return for him. So I say that is 23 points he's picked up there. One of the higher, better scoring defenders in the lower leagues at the moment. He's also a good captain option. Keep an eye out for the captain option there. Currently ranks 3rd total overall for points, only behind the Huddersfield pair of Watmore and Lowe. Which leads us to our second defensive pick. And this is someone that isn't going to probably rattle the feathers, to be honest with you. I might not be in your selection, but we haven't gone with Motmau or Lowe like we did before in previous weeks. I've just got to try and dig him out for you. But we are looking at, drum roll please, where I can find him. Here he is. Connor Hall, defender of Port Vale. Really good matchups that he's got. 2.8% selected this week. A total of 18 points, 9 in each point he's got. In the loss against Rotherham, he picked up a goal, 7 clearances. He got the goals conceded minus, but really good return for him. And 9 points again in the draw against Cardiff. I really like what Port Vale probably going to do this year. I think Port Vale could surprise some teams. Really like Darren Moore. I like what they did against Cardiff. I thought they was really energetic and give Cardiff a lot of problems. And he played 90 minutes again. It's a good points return. And against Burton Albion and Stevenage, really like the 2 matchups he's got this week. Bit of an undervalued pick, I think. I think most people are going to go with them top selections, them Huddersfield pair at the back, Low, and others. But we've gone with Hall as our pick this week. We ignore the captain and the vice captain that's automatically selected till we fill our team. Now we move on to our midfield, and we are sticking with this double game week, sticking with the lower levels, and we're going with Luke O'Connell. I like Luke O'Connell. It was a toss up between Luke O'Connell and Keelan Dunn, but I really like Luke O'Connell. I just fancy him this week. I really do. He's 8.2% selected, 11 points in his last game out. He got them assists, got them key passes, and the interceptions, and the shots on target. 12 points in the week before. Again, assists, key passes, interceptions. He's racking up the trifecta, especially with the new point system that is brandished about this year. We've also gone for Reece Cole. This is another undervalued pick, okay? But this is what you need to do. You need to get these undervalued picks in to separate yourself from other picks, because people are going to be picking the same players. They're going to be going after the same big hitters. Some weeks there is going to be that undervalued pick that gets them big points, that separates you, that moves you up your table. He's only 0.9% selected. Average is 8 points. Game week, he got 14 points last time out in that massive win against Blackpool. 1 assist, 1 goal, 5 key passes, 1 shot on target. And in the week before, he got his 2 points, only played 77 minutes. But I like the matchups this week against Mansfield Town. Should have a lot of freedom there in that midfield. And against Wickham, might be under the cosh a bit, so he might pick up them interceptions, might pick up them key passes, might find it a bit more of a midfield battle there. Wickham have obviously lost Kone. They'll be reeling from that. So I expect him to be more of an interceptor type key pass point collector in that game, but get after it with the assist and the goals against Mansfield. So get him in your team for your second midfielder. And our third midfielder pick, we've gone for Crew Alexander's Connor Thomas. Again, another undervalued pick. 18 points in his first game out. 2 goals, 1 interception, shots on target, was really getting after it. Didn't really set the world alight in the last game out. Obviously, only picked up them 2 points in a 2-0 win. But someone that, when he turns it on, is going to deliver big. Really going to deliver big. And he's 5.7% selected. 2 appearances, 2 goals, 1 interception. Stats look good overall. Needs to have a bounce back from last week. But again, someone who can deliver for you. Now we move on to our forward. And I have literally just gone with, someone who really is starting to show why he should be selected, not just in the double game weeks, but overall as well. You look at the first match out in the win against Blackpool, 2 goals, 2 shots on target. Only played 80-odd minutes in that game. Another goal again in the game against Rotherham. 20% selected. A lot of people gone after him this week purely for that double game week. Total of 22 points. Average is 11. That's really good average return. And 8 game week points last time out. Get him in your team. I like the matchups against Northampton and Port Vale. Really think he can string together some extra goals here in this week. And although I've got contradictory matchups going against Stevenage this week, but on the other end of it, I do think he'll bag for Stevenage. On to our teams now, and it's no surprise. I've already picked Huddersfield to go out this week, and I've already picked Luton, but I want to get them early points in. Yeah, them early wins to send you up the table. Then you can start brandishing it out. I think it's key early doors to get as many points on the board as possible. Then you can start being a bit flexible. You can start looking around. You don't want to get to the point where you then have to start selecting teams to make points up. Yeah, get the good matchups out of the way. It might be a case that, look, I have selected Luton Town already. I have selected Huddersfield Town already. But the matchups, I like the matchups. And in that double game week, get them in. So who are we going with our captains this week? We're going to go with Anderson as our captain. Really like what Luton's matchups, as I said. Don't think they'll be broken down. They have picked up, if you look, 2 clean sheets on the bounce. They've scored 3. They're really, really good at defending. They're really good at getting the midfield battle won. George Saville's key to orchestrating their midfield. So really, really like them. Huddersfield Town, the exact same reasons. 5 goals scored, none conceding against 2 really good sides, against a playoff final side last season in Leyton Orient. They battered them, and Reading, they battered them as well. 5 goals, none conceded, 2 clean sheets. Scoring 2+ goals. This is the key here. 2+ goals in both their games. Extra points. Okay. Got the away games in there as well for them. Both Luton and Huddersfield playing 1 away, 1 at home. Don't overthink it. Just get them in. And with that, then, let's take a look at our finalised side. So we have gone with Keeley in goal of Luton Town. Mads Anderson at the back of Luton Town, Port Vale's Connor Hall, Luke Connell of Barnsley, Reece Cole of Exeter City, Connor Thomas of Crewe Alexander, and Stevenage's Jamie Reid up front in a 2-3-1 formation with Luton Town and Huddersfield making up our game week 3 selection. Let's take a look at some of the fixtures then, starting with the Championship, kicking off at 12:30 at the weekend. Derby County take on Coventry, Portsmouth welcome Norwich, Wrexham, West Bromwich Albion, Blackburn, Birmingham, Bristol City, Charlton, Millwall take on Middlesbrough at the Den, Preston North End, Leicester, Sheffield Wednesday after that impressive loss, if you can call any loss impressive, it was impressive loss, take on Stoke City at home, Swansea City, Sheffield United, Watford, Queen's Park Rangers, the relegation promotion battle between Ipswich and Southampton, one of them, whoever wins that, looking on course for bragging rights in the bid to go straight back up, and Hull take on Oxford. Meanwhile, in League One, that double game week starts with Burton Albion, Port Vale, Exeter, Mansfield, Barnsley, Bolton, Blackpool, Huddersfield, Bradford, Luton, Cardiff, Rotherham, Doncaster, Wickham, Leyton Orient, Stockport, Lincoln, Plymouth, Reading, Wimbledon, Stevenage, Northampton, and into the doubles, Wigan, Peterborough, AFC, Cardiff, Huddersfield, Doncaster, Luton, Wigan, Mansfield, Blackpool, Northampton at home to Lincoln, Peterborough, Barnsley, Plymouth, Leyton Orient, Port Vale, Stevenage, Stockport, Bradford, Wickham, Exeter, and Bolton. Reading rounds off the double game week for League One into League Two for game week 3. Chesterfield welcome Bristol Rovers, Oldham, Swindon, Barnet, Walsall, Barrow, Notts County, Bromley welcome Fleetwood after their impressive Carabao Cup win on penalties over Ipswich, Cambridge United, Harrogate Town, Crewe, Crawley, Grimsby, Newport, MK Dons, Cheltenham Town, Salford, Accrington, Stanley, Shrewsbury Town, Colchester United, Tranmere, Gillingham, Newport, Salford, Bristol, Oldham, Cheltenham, Bromley, Colchester, Cambridge, Crawley welcome MK Dons, Fleetwood take on Crewe Alexander, Gillingham, Chesterfield, Harrogate, Barrow, Swindon, Barnet, Walsall, Grimsby, rounded off by Notts County v Shrewsbury Town on the 20th. They are your game week 3 fixtures from the Championship to League 2. Again, get in the comments, tell me your team. How did you get on last week? We picked up a total of 46 points last week, hoping for a better points haul this week. But again, tell me your thoughts on the team, what you like, what you don't like. Let's put our vice captain in there, actually. We need to get our vice captain in there. Good job. I had a little look at that. Where is Hall? Stop myself mid-sentence there. And I've got to find him again. There we go. Kitamina Luce Connor was the vice captain. So, yeah, as I was saying, get us in the comments. Let us know what you think about the team, what you like, what you don't like, what you would change. Hopefully, you have a great game week 3 and keep an eye on them double game weeks. Is it a week that you use your max chips? Probably wouldn't. I'd wait for a triple game week, but wouldn't be opposed for you doing it if you did. Okay, so yeah, please get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know your teams as well. And if you do like the show, please like, share, and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. Helps me out to bring you as much content as possible. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for joining.